Hi there. This is the July 17th Council on Aging meeting. I'm Richard Mitchell, been asked to temporarily chair this evening's meeting. Florence is out of commission, otherwise she'd love to be here. We sent her our wishes, our well wishes. And Pam has retired, as anybody who watched the last meeting saw, so we'll miss her. Let's go around the room.
Meg Stillman,
Dale Baylog,
Jim Harmon,
Richard Mitchell.
Audrey Reedy,
Jerry Finley.
Joan Powers.
And Pam told me that we do have at least one new board member, whose name I don't have on.
Martin O'Toole.
No, Martin O'Toole is the
Selectman.
one of the new selectmen. So, okay. We'll wait for their arrival. Wish for their arrival. One item of business, maybe the most important piece of the night, is we need to elect some new board officers. We need a chair, vice chair, treasurer, and secretary. And how would you like to start?
Nomination?
I'm asking. Sure, yeah, go ahead.
I nominate you, Richard, to be chairperson.
I look good in that chair.
I'm not going to be able to make probably a third of the meetings for the coming year. So I'm not sure that is a wonderful idea. One thing we could, would anybody else like to be chair? No. We could rotate it.
Yeah, that's what Pam was suggesting.
That's fine.
Is that okay? Is everybody comfortable taking it for a month, or do some people not want it at all?
Now's the time to speak, or forever hold your peace.
Yeah. The only thing is, I mean, I would even, be willing to volunteer to be chairperson, but I don't have a computer at home. But the months that it was my responsibility on the rotation, I'm sure, that I could use one here.
Oh, the staff would help.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so why don't we say we're going to rotate at least for now, and so, going to be here in August?
Pardon?
Are you going to be here in August?
I don't think so. I'm
Okay.
getting one off to college. I'm not sure.
So
That's right.
September.
Can I do October? Yeah, October. I teach school too, so September's kind of busy. It's
Okay.
lots of back to school night too.
Dale, can you do August?
Sure, I guess.
Can you do September?
I could probably do that.
And Audrey, you'll be around in November?
Sure.
Excuse me, Jim, you're gonna do September? Who's doing September?
Jim?
Okay, thank you.
And yeah, we're going to need somebody to take minutes. We'll come to that in a second.
Well, one thing at a time.
Are you going to be here in December?
Yeah, I guess so.
If
Okay.
not,
Well,
we have somebody
I'm
else.
looking at good plans for travel.
Well,
Work something out if you can't make it.
Would you rather
And
have
January?
Yeah, I think we're done.
No, it'll be work.
Okay. And let's worry about the rest of the months after that. Okay, we'll get some new people, and then we'll go through the rotation again.
everybody can try it, and then maybe somebody will love it.
That's right.
I thought you would have done
So wait a minute, excuse me, we're up to, who's doing November?
Me.
Okay. And Jerry tentatively December, unless you have a chance to
Joan's
travel.
going to do January. So, you want to do the same thing with vice chair?
Explain, what are the vice chair's responsibilities?
Well, as vice chair, what was your responsibilities?
Well, I think basically the vice chair was to be a backup. And if there were any loops that weren't being addressed, I think I had to kind of kick in and, read some of the the notes and so forth that are listed here, and just kind of go down. And as I did that, just to ask, if there were any questions around the table. That was basically what
Okay,
I did.
so limited,
Limited, yeah.
limited, as is the treasurer, as is the secretary. So, everyone, the vice chair?
I'll be vice chair.
Seconder?
Second.
Aye.
And I've been treasurer. I'll continue in that august role.
But there's nothing to do as treasurer, correct?
Thank you, yes.
Just for clarification.
I was treasurer.
Okay, do we second?
Yeah, seconded.
Second.
Okay, and Dale want to be secretary?
I will be, but
But
I'm
you'll
gonna have
take the
to work
minutes.
that out with, I mean, I guess nobody else wants to do it, correct? Nobody's ever
I
wanted
don't
to do
know.
it. In the
Would you like
past,
to be secretary?
No.
yeah. So,
I think you ought to try, because I have a computer, you don't have a computer.
no, so that, but like, once again, I could come down here, but,
I could do it for the next month, and then if I decide to do it, then I wouldn't be chairing the meeting here.
yeah.
Okay, yeah, you could get out of that.
But I'll see, because I get the gist from her,
Okay.
Yeah.
So will you take minutes then of the meeting?
yeah.
Great. Okay.
And I'll take your month, whatever month you would have done, I'll take your month.
Okay.
As fair is fair.
Okay, so Dale gets January. Any questions, let me know. Okay, next order of business. We've got minutes of the Board of Directors meeting from last month. Everybody take a peek at them. Do we have minutes, or are these just
Right here.
instructions? They're in here, there we go.
Anybody seen Mario 2 since the last meeting?
Just on TV, in his role as selectman.
Nothing new about the Friends of Scituate seniors who are trying to resurrect the fire.
There's a meeting coming up, I think, this August.
Is that the one in August?
I think so.
With Joanne? Okay. Here, it's right here in front of me,
Okay.
sorry. Congratulations, Joan. You've got a 15-year pin. Good for you.
Certainly did.
Larry got a 5-year.
And you too.
All right.
How could I ever forget?
And he got a 5-year thing.
How much
Congratulations. So, do we have a motion to approve the minutes?
Aye.
Do we have a second?
I have a second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Now I have a question.
Yes.
Let's see if I don't interrupt. I'm just wondering about, we should call attention to the note here. I think the director discussed Duxbury and the numbers. 7,500 people visited 202, and it's up to 27,902. I think that would be
2013.
true here once we have something that people want to come to. Well,
So noted.
and the other thing I thought, well, maybe this isn't relevant, but when I saw the sign on the door, that should be an achievable goal. We should be able to come up with something in a heat wave like this that we could stay open. I don't know how.
Well,
that
this is a
works.
cooling center. It's just closed for tonight.
Just for tonight.
There's a sign on that
I
door.
know, there is
It's moved to
one,
the
yeah.
town hall.
Yeah. How often is it available?
In heat waves, I guess.
But I'm just saying, it closes at 4 o'clock. It isn't like somebody could be down here 4 to 8.
Unless of these were circumstances for a cooling center.
That's all.
You
It's a
mean-
goal that we should think
Oh,
about.
definitely, yeah.
Hmm.
It'd be
Good idea.
interesting
And
to
have
know
something
how
for the
many
seniors.
are coming.
Yep.
I mean, that would certainly,
I never knew that you
Justify it.
had it, so if I don't know, you know, I'm
Right.
sure there's a large group of people that didn't know they could come here just to be cool for, you know, as I say,
That's a
4
good
to
point.
8.
yeah.
So why don't we bring it up with Florence, and maybe we could raise it
Yeah,
the next meeting or two.
yeah. Thank you.
Okay, staff and director reports. I'm not sure we've got staff and director reports because Florence is away.
We have,
Am I incorrect?
we have Florence's report.
We have this.
We have the numbers.
The numbers.
Okay.
Not the one that she
Oh, I
writes,
see.
it's a
No.
record.
That threw me off, it's January 11th.
All right,
Yeah.
so we've got the Scituate Council of Aging volume report, 5 home visits, 17 office visits, a couple of events, 43 phone calls, 13 referrals, 70 duplicated numbers, 38 unduplicated numbers. This month, social service coordinators met with a provider of adult day health services in Hingham and Weymouth. Allen House in Hingham and Colonial Healthcare in Weymouth offer services to adults needing medical model adult day health services. The Hingham site specializes in dementia services. In addition, there was a teleconference on the new changes in Medicare and Mass Health due to the Affordable Care Act that updated us on how benefits may change for some beneficiaries over the next couple of years.
I found it interesting, again, that the Hingham site specializes in dementia. I think that's really people being aware of.
We don't have dementia in Scituate.
There isn't any.
No.
I'm glad.
It's good.
Okay. Any questions about the staff and director reports? Joan, do you have an update?
On social,
Oh, so, yeah,
no, there was no meeting last month.
okay. Jared?
There were no meetings for the past 2 months, but there is one tonight after this meeting.
Okay.
Yeah.
We will go to schoolhouse. They're just not in condition, it's going to be a very short meeting.
So the master plan and the Gate School project, tell you what I know. I'm part of the master plan committee. Everybody on the committee was assigned one of the town departments to go interview. And then the last meeting that we had of this group within the last month, the interviews that have been conducted were reported to the group. I did the Conservation Commission department, and other departments included veterans or Al Bangert's area. They're hitting all of the groups. So no one has come here to interview Florence for the Council of Aging yet. There was an individual that was assigned to do that, but they seem to be kind of missing from the process. So I inquired a couple of weeks back, and I was told that a new individual has been assigned to come and visit with Florence. The gist of the issues for a lot of the town hall departments appears to be shortage of space. The building is quite old. A lot of the utilities don't function the way they should. Certain departments just don't have appropriate space. There's an awful lot of file cabinet sitting around, both on the first floor and in the basement. There's a question about whether a lot of that could or should be digitized, so that there isn't as much
Oh, is this, where is this at?
the town hall.
Town hall.
At one point, we also visited the police headquarters and the fire department next to the town hall. And got a good sense of those. The police headquarters was built for another era and has similar building quality issues, but its layout does not support a police department of pretty much the last 20 or 30 years. Fire department space wasn't bad, it's just in the wrong spot. They cannot get to stretches of town on time, and they'd like to. There was a tour of the Hingham Town Hall and Senior Center last night by people who hadn't been through it already. I went through it with Pam and Florence within the last 6 months or so. This Sunday morning, there's going to be a tour of Duxbury Police Station and eventually the Duxbury Senior Center.
Yeah, that's a tool.
That hasn't been scheduled yet. So that's what's cooking. Then people are probably aware that the architects reported to the selectmen on ballpark $22 million to renovate the Gates School for the town hall apartments plus the rec department plus senior center. We haven't seen those plans that I'm aware of. Maybe it would be good to bring that up next week or next month.
That's a great idea. Would you be able to get the plans for them?
I don't know if I'll get them, but Florence should be able to get them. And what they said during that meeting was that they were leaving about 6,500 square feet for the senior center in those drawings, and that they had accommodated the functions and areas that were in the drawings that were created, 6 or 7 years ago, for the senior center. But until we see them, get a good feel for it. Supposedly,
Richard, do you know, what kind of money was spent on this study? Do you know?
That was a feasibility study.
This was the feasibility.
Yeah, was it 7,000?
Here's the thing that I really am confused about, and I read the article, and I've talked to some people about it. It's all based on, first the MSBA is coming in to make that recommendation, to look at all the schools, decide where it should be, who it should house, and once that's decided, then the rest can be decided. But the problem is that they're spending all this money on restructuring Gates, and what happens if this MSBA comes in and says, we're just going to redo Gates, or we're going to, the town hall is an appropriate location for the middle school, so then you've no place to go with it, you know what I mean? And it's also based on the fact, those have to be two separate articles, so then what happens if they go to vote, and the one passes and the other doesn't, but they're tied together like that?
well,
So it's really confusing to me why they're moving so quickly on the town hall when we don't have any answers on the school.
I can only think that they must think that they need to have an answer ready in time. And if they wait until school issue is settled, it'll be too late.
But are they looking at other options? I mean, is there any other option?
Well, at the next meeting of this master plan group, we're supposed to talk about what other ideas people might have for how this could be done, like a brainstorming session. What will be done with those ideas? I don't know.
I mean, because I'd love to see it all happen, I really would. I want to see it, I would love to see it all happen, but knowing that MSBA process,
A narrow focus.
and
And the problem
until
being,
they come and make a
when they
recommendation,
put
you don't
those-
know what spaces are going to be available.
when they put those windows in, it was for school. And if after 25 years, I don't think it's been 25 years, you you change the purpose of the building, then you're gonna have to put up money. Remember that 675,000 we talked about?
Yeah.
That's major.
Are they gutting the whole building itself, $22 million? To just keep them at the
All I
site?
know is what I saw on TV watching
Yeah.
the Selectmen meeting.
I read the article.
And it sounded like they were replacing windows and exterior doors and yeah, making it look like a nice facility. And regrading things and moving the tennis courts and providing plenty of parking and redoing the, traffic route around the building. and,
What about the interior of the building? It's terrible.
Yeah.
You'd be surprised, I think, what you'd be able to do with it.
Well, for 22 million, I hope so.
There's an article in last week's Mariner that was good, that would,
Yeah.
have it
How large of an area the senior center would have?
Around 6,500, I don't remember the exact number, they said something like that. And the drawings that Florence has are bigger than that. But they might have Florence's drawings might have some functions in it, like a loading dock, a receiving dock, that aren't going to be necessary within the senior center at the Gate School, so it's not exactly apples and apples.
They did mention that they were gonna be building a kitchen, for
Yeah.
Meals on Wheels and for us too. So at the SCOA, so they would be putting in a brand new kitchen.
And then also, so you've got that, I think it's 6,800 square feet, but then there's also additional meeting spaces that's gonna be available to everybody, and the gymnasium that will be available to
Right.
everybody.
So when we have this brainstorming at the master plan committee, one of the ideas I'll bring up is, don't put it in there. You could put it in there, but it could go independently. And town hall doesn't necessarily need to move either. Could renovate that building and do some creative things with the adjoining buildings. Certain things really should move, like the fire department being in the place so that they can actually address problems in a safe and timely way. That would be a good thing to do.
And that was 12 years ago, the town meeting voted for mine to get a fire station. It was voted. So it's kind of been all these years.
Well, it's come back a few times, but never.
Yeah, no one makes it.
It's all not in money, is what we heard. It's always a problem.
Now, Richard, at the selectmen's meeting of July 9th, that was the last televised meeting that I watched. That's when they showed the plans, and then they were talking about a commission. Is that the same commission that you're on? Like Joe Norton's gonna be on it, and they're gonna be meeting, they said almost every weeknight in July and August. Is that your same commission?
Aren't you
No.
glad?
Yeah.
I don't know what that is.
Well, in conjunction with the master plan, but this must be another aspect of it. Maybe it's the financial aspect of it, because there were actually people that had to be approved that wanted to be on it. And one of the
There's a
people is Joe
building
Norton.
committee that is.
No, this is strictly in conjunction with the master plan, and it's, like I said, it was specified they would be meeting almost every night, many weeknights in July and August.
It's good you're there so that there's so many rumors out there. To have somebody who can back and clarify
Right.
the information is.
I don't know exactly when we'll have something concrete. I think it's going to be quite a while for this to play out. And then, the library is going to come into the mix for funding, and, there are other things sitting there waiting for funding too.
Everybody has their pet.
But isn't it, it really kind of is gonna be fast, because I think, isn't the MSBA gonna come back in February with their final, is this February?
Something
Their
like that, yeah.
final, and then it would have to go to vote. Which
Right.
leaves a short time, so it's gonna take,
Yeah, I think by May, we're going to get a vote,
yeah,
something like that. That's, 10 months away, 9 months away.
I'm confused about the library. They didn't have $5 million to complete their project.
So-
So they got an
Oh,
extension.
7?
Yeah.
They got an
Yeah, until the end of the
extension.
year, right?
Yep, till December.
And if they don't get that money,
Yeah.
They lose it.
they're not adding it to the tax.
You know, I think they made a good point.
I don't know.
You know, they made a good point. It's gonna cost $3 million anyway to make the library up to code. Which is, they just need a little bit more to raise, because they're raising a lot of money.
The numbers, I think I read in the paper, were, the state gave them 5, they need 12 altogether, they raised less than $1 million.
But they're raising a lot with this fish thing.
Okay, so they need another $6+ million to do what they are
Right.
proposing. And I don't know anything about the $3
So
million
if you-
anyways.
So they mentioned that at the selectmen's meeting, and this is what she was, you know, she was saying that in order to get the code, the stairway, the elevator, all, none of that is up to code. And if I don't know if you ever use that elevator, it's scary.
Yeah.
And they're gonna have to put that money, and they're gonna have to do that anyway to have the library up to code.
Yeah,
Well, unfortunately, we see how long you leave buildings not to code.
Yeah.
You know?
They don't spend money fixing buildings.
And if you have 22 million and then you're talking about another 6 million.
Well,
The
plus the
numbers go
school,
Right.
plus the seawall, plus,
Yeah.
you know, the replacing the water pipes. It adds up, and yeah, the town's gonna have, I'm sure it's proposing to have a serious conversation about what are we gonna invest in, and how much can taxes rise, and see what
I keep
happens.
hoping somebody's gonna come and want their name on that library and just write a big old check. Be nice to have.
Wouldn't that be nice? They dream of that.
We'll call Mr. Guggenheim.
So, any other old business or new business?
I make a motion, the meeting be adjourned. Anybody want to
Second.
second it?
Second it? All right, thank you very much, see you next month.
Well done.
Now, do you have